Assalamu alaikum. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد, my brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the final Jumu'ah of Ramadan 1446. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to use it best. I mean, for indeed He is the Lord of every test. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. SubhanAllah, we're at Juz 28, and my goal with ta'ala is to do all three remaining Juz before the night, so that way they're all included in the special time of Yawm al-Jum'ah. And Allah knows best indeed. May Allah accept it from us to please Him best, for He in His remembrance to our hearts find rest. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah ta'ala, today we'll actually be going with 4 ayat, and going from the beginning of Surah Mujadila, very powerful surah, and beginning very powerfully indeed, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قد سمع الله قول التي قد سمع الله قول التي تجادلك في زوجها وتشتكي إلى الله والله يسمع تحاوركما إن الله سميع بصير إن الله سميع بصير. Indeed, Allah has heard the argument of the woman, subhanAllah, who pleaded with you, O Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, concerning her husband, and appealed to Allah. Allah has heard your exchange. And this reflects how, subhanAllah, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was waiting for the guidance of Allah, waiting for revelation. And subhanAllah, how profound it is that the woman who asked Prophet Muhammad ﷺ for advice thereafter turned to Allah, and shows how immediately, subhanAllah al-Azim wa Rabbul Arshil Kareem, He revealed this ayah to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, best of all creation. And indeed, he is all seeing, all hearing. This companion, the sister, was Khawla bint Tha'laba, radiallahu anha, who had a disagreement with her husband, right? And so, subhanAllah, Khawla came to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to ask for his opinion regarding unlawful divorce. And subhanAllah, he ﷺ told her that he had not received any revelation in this regard. And subhanAllah, this is profound, right? Because it shows you that, subhanAllah, the honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala acknowledges, this woman, right? In the noble Quran, the final testament of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala highlights the value of women, brothers and sisters, and particularly brothers, to be mindful that we're not harming, abusing, or dismaying our sisters who are indeed the mothers of the believers, or the mothers of our ummah. So, brothers and sisters, a very kind reminder for myself and all of us that, subhanAllah, that the pleas of a mother or a woman could be such that Allah sends revelation to the Prophet Muhammad SAW regarding this tradition of zihar, considering the statement that was made from the companion, or the husband of the sister of the companion. And subhanallah, it highlights to us in Medina how profound it is to be mindful that we do not oppress, right, our brothers or sisters, even as Muslims, right? And we have to be respectful, dutiful to our mothers, our spouses, our children, for Allah in that, for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to follow His commands. May Allah allow us to do so, for He indeed is Ar-Rahman. Ameen Ya Rabbi. The next surah, very powerful as well. Surah Mumtahana, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the first ayah, Surah 16, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا عدوي وعدوكم أولياء تلقون إليهم بالمودة وقد كفروا بما جاءكم من الحق يخرجون الرسول وإياكم أن تؤمنوا بالله ربكم إن كنتم خرجتم جهادا في سبيلي وابتغاء مرضاتي تسرون إليهم بالمودة وأنا أعلم بما أخفيتم وما أعلنتم ومن يفعله منكم فقد ضل سواء ومن يفعله منكم فقد ضل سواء السبيل. O believers, do not take my enemies and yours as trusted allies. Subhanallah, very powerful, brothers and sisters, as we see the state of our Ummah. May Allah protect us from being amongst those that betray our Ummah. I mean, Subhanallah. The ayah continues. Showing them affection even though they deny what has come to you of the truth. So do not take my enemies, sorry, to go back. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Forgive me. The ayah begins, O believers, do not take my enemies and yours as trusted allies, showing them affection even though they deny what has come to you of the truth. Subhanallah. They drove the Prophet ﷺ, they drove the Messenger ﷺ, and yourselves out of Mecca, simply for your belief in Allah, your Lord. If you truly emigrated to struggle in my cause, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, and seek my pleasure, then do not take them as allies, disclosing secrets of the believers to the pagans out of affection for them, when I know best whatever you conceal and whatever you reveal. And whoever of you does this has truly strayed from the right way. Subhanallah al-Azim, very powerful indeed. We don't want to be amongst those that, Ya Rab, may Allah protect us all indeed. It's a powerful reminder that, we shouldn't forsake our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for people. Right? And subhanallah, or, may Allah protect us. Ameen, Ya Rab. In Surah Al-Jumu'ah, last ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, ayah 11. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. We're at Surah Al-Muntahana, in Surah Al-Jumu'ah, chapter 62. آية 11 أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذا رأوا تجارة أو لحوا فضوا إليها وتركوك قائما قل ما عند الله خير من اللهو ومن التجارة والله خير الرازقين والله خير الرازقين. Do we not remember this? Allah is indeed the best of providers. If we look at this ayah, it's profound in connecting us actually back to Surah Muntahana, where, subhanAllah, we shouldn't flock towards, um, the affection of or the distractions or the affection of that which would deter us from Allah's guidance or from Allah's mercy or his attributes indeed. And what we'll see from this ayah is that it highlights, subhanallah, to seek from the bounty of Allah is shown in the previous ayah. But when they saw in regarding a specific incident, along with when they saw the fanfare along with the caravan, this is ayah 11, they almost all flocked to it, leaving you, O Prophet Muhammad standing on the pulpit. Imagine this in Jum'ah. Or, imagine what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet Muhammad, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the Prophet Muhammad, say, what is with Allah is far better than amusement and merchandise, and Allah is the best provider. We learn from these situations more about Allah's attributes. And subhanAllah, it's profound in reminding ourselves, brothers and sisters, that, even when it comes to, as mentioned earlier in Surah Muntahana, like we are blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be amongst those that have the pursuit, the right, that seek towards pleasing Allah, towards the right way, right? And the sawa, to be amongst those that follow the sabil, sabil. May Allah protect us from straying away. And it's important that, subhanAllah, Allah's bounties upon us should not be forgotten nor neglected, simply by, the kuffar trying to, or like, those of other faiths trying to entice you to their way of life or deter you when indeed Allah is the one who provided for you, which subhanAllah connects us back to Surah Al-Jumu'ah, the last ayah, right? Going from the first ayah of Surah Mumtahana, chapter 60, to now the last ayah of chapter 62. SubhanAllah, what is with Allah is far better than amusement and merchandise, and Allah is the best provider. We've seen this from before, right? And subhanAllah, it reminds ourselves, brothers and sisters, not to be amongst those that are heedless of Allah's reminders and His guidance, and never trades it thamanan qalila for anything of miserly gain or minor gain, or very simple gain indeed. May Allah protect us all, Ameen, and allow us to preserve the best of deeds with Him, Ameen. Now in Surah Al-Taghabun, chapter 64, we're going to go to ayah 8. SubhanAllah. And by the way, these, subhanAllah, the themes are so profound, reminding us of Allah's grandeur and subhanAllah, the light or the Quran and the gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu and the entirety of this ummah as the best of all ummah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Ayah 8, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فآمنوا بالله ورسوله والنور الذي أنزلنا والله بما تعملون خبير. Allah's another attribute of Allah being Al-Khabeer, all aware, subhanAllah, of our circumstances and of how we best use our time, how we best pursue Allah's guidance towards the Siratul Mustaqim, and to steadfast upon it, and to cherish, subhanAllah, the ayat, the signs, the miracles, the revelation of the Quran al-Kareem. This ayah highlights, as the final that we'll refer to today, is so believe in Allah and His Messenger, and in the light we have revealed. Subhanallah, the light, the Quran, a light from in a time of darkness. Subhanallah, in times of darkness. Subhanallah. So believe in Allah and His Messenger and in the Quran, or in the light we have revealed. And does it not connect us back to Surah Nur, right? Or when we've even referred to in the past before in our previous shows, or in our previous shows, uh, seminars of, the light of the Quran, or the Quran being a source of guidance, in times of darkness. And Allah is all, and the ayah continues, and Allah is all aware of what you do. Subhanallah. This is, life after death is also true. Subhanallah. And if we look further into this ayah, brothers and sisters, and once again connecting us back to other ayat. And subhanAllah, uh, at-taghabun, at-taghabun is refers to the day of resurrection as well. And subhanAllah, subhanAllah, may Allah protect us all from being amongst those that, are left astray or left to be amongst. May Allah protect us and preserve the light of this deen in us and around us and beyond us. I mean, for indeed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also reminds us, so believe, as shown here, so believe in Allah and His Messenger and in the light we have revealed. And Allah is all aware of what you do. Right? So, brothers and sisters, we have to remind ourselves that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted us the deen as shown, as we've mentioned in Surah Mumtahana, and like the beauty of this deen by staying steadfast and not to follow those that have other desires or steer away from Allah's path or guidance. And in our present lives, the Quran serves as a light, as a mode of guidance for our like in every realm of life, right? And Allah is fully aware of what we are doing at this moment, today, tomorrow, every millisecond, picosecond of our lives, every hour, how we interact with one another, how we do, business, or how we, you know, um, you know, um, display the deen, right, to others, Muslim and non-Muslim, right? And subhanAllah, it's important that we advocate, carry on this, the illumination, or to, direct people to the illuminating deen of Islam, as indeed it serves as a light for ourselves through the Quran and throughout our lives and throughout all of society and throughout everyone's lives. The Quran seems short. Uh, it serves as a source of guidance, as a source of maghfirah, for forgiveness, for pursuits, for professional growth, for intellectual growth, right? For botany, zoology, embryology, economics, law, medicine, or in like law, for example, and societal governance, for example, or the like in society. And the point that I want to highlight, brothers and sisters, is that not to forsake this deen, not to close the light or be amongst the kuffar that aim to do so, to cover the light of Allah. For indeed, Allah is all aware of what we do, brothers and sisters. So with this, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us steadfast. May He allow us to preserve this light and allow us to perfect this light, perfect within ourselves the light of Islam. And may He, Jalla Jalalu fi'ula, allow us, guide us to be firm upon the Salatul Mustaqim. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhu da'wana walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.